The levee's gone and there's no one here to help you now.
Hi, I'm John McCann from Survival Resources. I wanted to shoot a short video today in regards to an option for obtaining water when you're in either a bug out or a get home situation. I hear a lot about bug out situations. I'm big on get home bags, because if something really happens when I'm away from home, my first thing is try to get home to determine if I'm going to stay there or if at that point I want to collect my other stuff and bug out. One of the things I always carry in my bug out toolkit is a Silcock key. That's spelled S-I-L-L-C-O-C-K key. These are used on tamper-resistant hose bibs. These are found on the exterior of industrial, commercial buildings, and oftentimes you'll find them at rest stops on highways. There are a lot of different keys, sizes. Not a lot, there are actually 4 sizes, and people sell individual keys. What I carry is a 4-way key. It covers both the 1/4 inch, the 9/32 inch, the 5/16 inch, and the 11/32. Those are the 4 sizes. So if you're going to carry individual keys, you never know what you're going to run into, so you have to carry all 4 of them. If you carry a 4-way key, you just carry 1. Now let's take a kind of a close-up at this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Okay, whenever I'm anywhere but at the house, I always have my get-home bag in the truck. It's a lot smaller than a bug-out bag, but what it does, it gives me the stuff I need to get home. A part of this bag, you can see it's civilian looking, no military type stuff in it. In the top of this bag, I carry a small toolkit. I always carry a toolkit with me. Being the handy person that I am, I always like to have tools to be able to do things. Today's video is not about going through the tools, but as you can see, there's a lot of tools in here that I can utilize for different purposes if I have to get home, get out of a building. In the top of this kit is the Silcock key. This is a 4-way Silcock key. I'll bring this a little closer to the... As you can see, this has 4 different sizes on it. And this is what we're going to use to access these hose bibs that are on the outside of an industrial commercial building or at a rest stop or something like that. One other hint, what I also carry in this top pocket along with the Silcock key is a hose. Now you can carry a short piece of regular hose that has a female threads on it, because these hose bibs that we're going to be looking at, they have a thread on them just for a regular hose. What I made up is this, because it's a lot more nimble, it's a lot more easier to fit into a bag, and basically it's a piece of clear plastic hose, and I have a little adapter here. Quite frankly, I got this off of one of these baby shower things. It came with this, and it comes with a big white hose on it, and you just attach this to any type of a hose bib, or you can put it on a faucet or anything like that, and this just sticks on there and holds real well. This gives me room, because a lot of time these hose bibs, they're off the ground, so instead of holding the bottle up, I can put this on, and then I can fill various bottles and be able to get it done quickly, and then get the bottles sealed back in my pack, and I'm on my way. So this is another handy thing to carry with you. Okay, what we're going to do now, let's take a ride. I'm going to go out and I'm going to show you what these things look like and how to actually access water from them. Okay, here we are on the outside of a commercial building. You can see one of the hose bibs right here, and it has the key at the top. What we're going to do is show you how to access some water from this. Got my handy dandy little hose. We're going to just push that right on there. That's what's nice about it, just snaps on. We're going to get out a water bottle. Now I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit closer to show you exactly how to do this. Okay, as you can see, it's as simple as, once you get the Silcock key in here, you take your bottle of water, you take the hose, you turn, watching your water bottle, and you're filled. You want to make sure you turn these off good and tight when you're done, and that's as simple as it is. Okay, what you want to do is make sure that you take your hose with you. You're going to close up your bottle of water, knock any water out of this, roll it back up. Make sure this is good and tight. You don't want to leave it leaking. Get your Silcock key, get your hose, get them back in the pack. You have your full bottle of water. If you need more than one bottle, fill several of them, fill bladders, whatever you need. Get it in, grab your pack, you're ready to roll. Okay, at the last place we were at, you noticed that these hose bibs are often open. They're identifiable, you can see them very easily. However, I wanted to let you know that there are some that I don't want to say they conceal them, but they protect them with a door, and they're not as easy to notice. This is one here. This is on the outside of a commercial building. What this has a little icon on here, and it shows a little faucet, so it lets you know. Fortunately, the doors on these things are also opened with a Silcock key. You simply put the Silcock key on, you turn, it allows you to open the door. Now inside here, you can also see that there's another spot to put your Silcock key and a faucet. What I want to do is give you a little close-up of this. Okay, you can see this is a close-up. You can see right here, the idea of having a Silcock key, one of these is a 1/4 inch, but a 1/4 inch socket won't work because they're inset. That's why you really need this Silcock key to get inside here on this thing. See, this is the one that fits. Now you would turn this, and this would give you access to the water coming out of here. Now we're not going to turn this one on again. We've already showed you that part of it. But I wanted you to be aware of the fact that there are some of them that are concealed like this behind little doors. So let's move on. Okay, what I wanted to mention, the ones we have shown so far today, these hose bibs have been on the front or the side of a commercial building. This is an industrial complex we're at now, and as you can see, often in the back of the area, on the back of the building, sometimes near the loading docks, is where you'll find these hose bibs. One other thing I wanted to mention is that everywhere we've been today, we've had permission to be there, and we've had permission to access that water. What we don't want our viewers doing is running around buying a Silcock key and running around opening these valves everywhere. You need permission to do that. The purpose of this video is in an emergency situation, a bug out, a get home, where you're really out of water and there's no place open where you can get water. This would be the time you would access the water on the outside of the building. You would only do that, again, for an emergency situation. I want you to also keep in mind that if the electric's down and you're out in a more rural area, sometimes these will not produce water. Where we have been today, we're in a more of a, not a city environment, but a city type environment, and this is a public water system, so there is normally pressure on these things to give you water, but you got to keep in mind, sometimes you're going to hit one of these and no water's going to come out. Anyway, let's get back to the home front. Well, there you have it. We appreciate you taking a little excursion with us today. What I'd like to mention before I close up here is that the water that we were working with today, we're coming out of commercial buildings, industrial buildings, and it's potable water. You can drink it as it comes out of the building, but you're never going to be certain about this in an emergency situation. There are times where water gets contaminated. We've heard it on the radio, we've heard it on TV, where contamination got into the water supply. In any case like that, if the water's not clear, if it doesn't look right, it doesn't smell right, you may not want to take that water. If it looks okay and you're not sure, then purify the water. You could use chlorine dioxide tablets. That's my preference. I would put them in there and let that sit before I used it. You could also run it through one of your water purifiers or water filter, and if all else fails, boil the water. You don't want to take a chance. In most circumstances, this water is going to be fine. It's going to be potable, as I indicated. But if you're in doubt, then do something about it. Either purify it, boil it, do something to make it so it is potable water for you. As always, I want to thank you for joining us. Be sure to check out our website. There's a lot of products available on there for you for emergency situations. There's also a lot of articles and a lot of videos you can look at if you just want to browse our site. We're at survivalresources.com. I thank you for your continued support, and we'll see you next time around.